Shalom, shalom, Israel. It's your brother Rajai coming at you again, always being led by the Spirit, bringing out the words of the Most High in truth and sincerity. I say shalom to you. Those of you, the 1/3 of you Israelites keeping the laws and commandments to your best ability, I say shalom to you. To the Akim and prophets out there preaching and teaching in the highways and byways, reaching 144,000 elect and 1/3, I say shalom to you. And to the hopeful elect, those of you that are waking up in these last days and times, I say shalom to you. Shalom, Israel, and those of you watching, this video channel being edified through the Spirit and the Most High, I say shalom to you. Today I wanted to go into the prophecy of the destruction of America. So I have, I'm going to play a little video clip for you. It's about 3 minutes and 54 seconds. I want you to just pay attention to the imagery and kind of what's going on and what's being said in this video. Basically, it's telling us that Esau knows what's going on, okay? And, our people really have to wake up, those so-called, the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, those of us who are Israelites, what God shows the people, so a lot of us don't know it, okay? Those of you just coming into the truth, we understand ourselves to be what our oppressors have called us, okay? So we call ourselves Puerto Rican, we call ourselves Dominican, we call ourselves Mexican, because that's the names that were given to us. We call ourselves African American, because that's the name that was given to us by our oppressors, but we're all one nation of people. We understand that coming into this truth, okay? So what's important is that we wake up and return back to the Most High, keep these laws and commandments before this destruction falls upon us. And we need to pay attention to the signs that are going on the earth. The earthquakes, the disasters, the reversal of judgments that's falling upon these other nations that are being judged, in small decrees, but it's going to expand. These things are happening because these are prophecies told by the Most High that's going to happen, that's going to take place. So our people need to wake up and understand that, a lot of us that walk around, carelessly and not consideration of the Most High and thinking that things are going to go on the same way. We have to get that, frame of mind frame of thinking out of our mind. All right, because things are not going to go on the same way. The Most High is sending His Son Yahweh to return to judge this earth, and it's going to be destruction by nuclear fire. So we have to pay attention to that. We have to ready ourselves, keep the laws and commandments to our best ability, and be out here doing the works thereof to wake up our people so that we can get up out of here. When the Most High returns, so like when Yahweh returns. All right, so I'm gonna play this video, a real quick clip of it. So just pay attention, like I said, to the things going on, and then I'm going to break out some scriptures on that. All right, so I'm going to play the clip right now.
Is that when the president gives the order, it must be followed. There's about 4 minutes between the order being given and the people responsible for launching nuclear weapons to do so.
Step 6, initiate press. On there, on page 3-103, launch menu from main menu selected. Step 1, launch. Enable from launch pop-up menu selected. 3, slide 2, 1, mark. I have DLC message transmit and release. DLC message transmit, I agree. We interrupt our programming. This is residents of the United States must seek a fallout shelter immediately. Failure to take shelter may result in exposure to radioactive fallout that will cause serious injury or death. If you do not know of a fallout shelter in your area, local authorities will direct you to one. If sheltering in place, shelter in a basement, crawl space, or other underground room. If these shelters are unavailable, shelter in an interior room or hallway on the lowest floor of the nearest building. Cover yourself with blankets and pillows if possible. If in a mobile home or vehicle, evacuate now and get inside of the nearest substantial shelter. If no shelter is available, lay flat in the nearest floor or low area and cover your head with your hands. Always stay away from doors and windows. Take a battery-powered radio and any other necessary supplies with you if they are available. Stay tuned to this station or any other participating emergency alert system outlet for continued information once in shelter. Remain in shelter until the all-clear signal is given by local authorities or is broadcast by a participating emergency alert system outlet. The President or his representative will be speaking on all stations shortly to address this emergency and provide developing information. Take shelter now.
Right. All right, Israel. So, yeah, that was the clip of the video. Hope that you pay close attention to the visuals and the things going on in there, because you've seen a lot of that destruction, a lot of that fire. What was important that, I don't know if you caught it or not, that they actually plan and study for this. They practice this. Day in and day out. I don't know the extent of it, but I know that it's something that they go in, the military and all these, government agencies, that they practice this. And they got, selected certain people who basically who are prepared for something like this when, that war is started, when Russia and China and Iran send those missiles over. The elite and these top government officials have a strategy. They have a plan, and you've seen in the beginning these officials and these military people that are in office or that serve under a command. They're trained to do this, so they go in and they do their job that they've been rehearsing and practicing for. When they come into that branch of service. Okay, so they know what's going on. They know that this is going to happen. They just don't know when. All right. But it's time, and it's important for our people to wake up, because we're the only ones that are not paying attention, that do not know really what's going on. A lot of our people, we sit here and we think that, things are going to go the same way. The Most High is reaching out to all this 1/3 and it's 144,000 people. So if you're an Israelite, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, and you're, coming across these videos and hearing brothers out there teaching and, coming straight out the Bible, saying, "Thus says the Lord," these things are what are the prophets and prophecy of the Most High, putting that spirit in these brothers to get up there, wake up out of their sleep, and pay attention to what's going on, to return unto our Heavenly Father, okay, and keep these laws and commandments, because that's the only way that we're going to be saved, and salvation is only for the Israelites. So, although these heathen nations and Esau is planning on, their survival tactics and their bunkers and all these, bunkers in the mountains and, hiding places that they feel that, the rocks will cover them, and all these other, things that they truly think in their mind, these nations of people, really believe that. And the truth is that this world, or this nation, was created for destruction only, and Esau knows that. Esau knows that it's going to be destroyed. Esau knows what's going on. Esau knows that that's in his agenda. But he believes that he's going to survive. He believes that they believe that they're going to rebuild this, okay, once everything gets destroyed, because they're going to be safe. They believe they're going to be safe in their bunkers, come out, see the world destroyed, and try to rebuild it. with their elite and saved officials and people who they believe that are going to be saved. But the Most High is going to reach everywhere what life is, and it's going to be, if you're not destroyed by this fire, if you're not destroyed by the wrath of the Most High, those survivors are going to be taken into captivity, okay? Because the Most High is going to raise up his 144,000 elect to put that spirit in them. That's going to be, his commandment. And the angels are going to be fighting, and he's going to give that spirit to the 144,000 elect. Those Israelites that are in this truth and word that the Most High has ordained, to go in there and really, hunt Esau and these other nations out. All right? And all these things are in the Bible. So this is what Esau believes. He believes that, he has a backup plan. He believes that this destruction is not going to reach him, right? He believes that there's going to be a second chance. All these foolish things in his spirit, but he doesn't have that spirit of the Most High because it wasn't given unto him. So let me pull out some scriptures. Let's get right into the word. Isaiah 13 verse, is that right? Isaiah 24 verse 1, block it. Isaiah 24 verse 1. Because I want to read to you what the Most High is saying is going to happen. Right, and I'm going to break some of this down as well. So Isaiah 24 verse 1, and it reads, Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. So the Most High is going to lay this place to waste, this nation to waste, okay? And like I said, a lot of people are going to, get caught up in that rapture, get caught up in those fiery missiles, So Israel, if you're coming into this truth, if you're just understanding, if you're just receiving the word of the Most High through these videos and through these prophets out there teaching, that's the Most High reaching out to you. All right. So you have to bear witness with the spirit that the Most High, is going to take this place down, and he's wakening his people, his 1/3, to return back to him and keep these laws and commandments. So we have to be keeping these laws and commandments and believe, in the faith thereof, in Yahushua, the Heavenly Father's Son, and his salvation, do the works thereof, that we may be saved. Okay, because through faith and belief in the works, that the Lord is going to give us, if we endure to the end, that crown of life. Okay, so let me read that again. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it to waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. So this place is going to be a desolate land, inhabitable, right? And the Most High is going to do that. Let's read on. Verse 2. And it shall be as the people, so with the priest, and with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with his mistress, as the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of insuring, so with the giver of insuring to him. So everybody is going to be affected by this. There's not going to be a person on this planet that's not going to be affected by the wrath of the Most High, okay? Because the Most High has it set up to where these satellites and these technology, once those missiles hit, it's going to broadcast over, to all these other countries, right? It's going to be all over the internet. These things that are happening, you're going to hear these reports, coming into these other countries of how, destroyed this place, United States of Babylon has become. All right, so that verse is saying that, everybody is going to know. And it also says in scripture that, verse 3, moving on, the land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord have spoken this word, right? So the Lord, like again, has spoken this, as prophecy, saying that he sent his son, Yahweh Shai, and set this whole thing up for it to be destroyed, for this nation to be destroyed, because this is the work of the Most High, it's the work of the Lord, bringing out His glory in His name, so that you can see His power. And He's a terrible God. He has the power to do anything, right? So you can't run from the Most High. You can't hide. You can't plead. If you're found in that day, if you're found that day and not keeping the laws and commandments and haven't turned from that wickedness, or if you're a heathen nation, okay, you're found in that day, and when those missiles hit and that destruction comes, if you're not killed off by the famine, if you're not killed off by the race wars, not killed off by the martial law, Yahweh Shai is coming to end, to put the final touches on it. All right. Verse 4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, and the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of mourning, weeping, crying, confusion, fear, all that. There's going to be, utter chaos. There's going to be people are not even going to have the words to describe how Yahweh Shai returns and put this place to desolate. All right, and it says, and the earth mourneth. So the things in here, the great cities, all these wonderful places that a lot of the heathen nations and Esau looks up to as his pride and glory, are going to be in burning flames. All right, and it says the world languishes and fadeth away. So all these things that you know now are no longer gonna be here. All right. The hardy people of the earth do languish. So these people are scholars, set up all these foundations and monuments and all these things that they've placed in this nation of history. It's gonna be obliterated. It's gonna be wiped out. No longer exist. All right. The Lord's gonna put that to waste. Verse 6. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. All right. So those that survive, if you do survive, if those nations that do survive are gonna get put in captivity. But it says that the inhabitants of the earth will be burned. All right, with that nuclear fire, with those missiles. If you can think back on the video that I just played, and you've seen how that destruction, that visually, it'd be 10 times that, but that's just kind of a glimpse to get that, thought in your head that that's how the Most High is going to judge this earth, because it's wicked, and rightfully so, that the Lord comes to destroy this place because none of His laws are kept. Nobody worships, serves the Lord according to, His laws. I mean, there's the Israelites, us, the 1/3 and 144,000 elect that are waking up and keeping His laws and commandments and following in the truth and doing the works thereof. But as a nation, as all the other nations and, the population of the world and the inhabitants, nobody else really is, has the Most High on their agenda, worshiping the Most High. Because these nations weren't given, laws and commandments in the way to worship the Most High. So that's how we know that the Most High isn't dealing with them. So when he brings that wrath, it's not no pity, there's not no sorrow, it's judgment. It's judgment carried out from the beginning, because this is how the Most High set it up, that these nations shall be destroyed to show His glory. So you have to have that understanding, that spirit, to really know how the Most High works. Okay? Shalakia. Let me read that one more time. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the habitations of the earth are burned, and few men left. So, like I said, there will be some some people, that survive that'll be left in this earth. But, for these people are going into captivity, all right? And the 2/3 are going to get destroyed. The heathen nations are going to get destroyed. This whole nation and the world the way it is now, has to be wiped out because of its wickedness. So the Lord, like I said, rightfully so, is going to do this in just, to cleanse this earth and put righteousness back in, the land the way it should be. All right? So don't get too attached. Israelites, don't get too attached. Those of you who are in the truth, because this is not our place of rest. So let me jump to Isaiah 9, verse 19. Yeah, because a lot of us, like I said, walk around. We, you guys are comfortable with the way things are. And, let me get that money, get this house, set up my family, things like that. But you're not considering the work of the Most High, the laws and commandments, the things that we must do to receive this salvation. And that's important. It's important for our people to come back to know who we are, that we're God's chosen people, and this is a blessing to us. So we should be praising the Lord every minute of the day, because in the end, the Most High is going to destroy this place. And the fact that He's given us salvation through His Son Yahweh Shai, whoever believes on Him through the faith and keeps these laws and commandments and endure to the end shall receive that crown. And only those that prove, ourselves worthy shall escape this wrath, because the Most High is going to deliver us. Remain faithful unto the end. So let me read this verse right here, Isaiah 9, verse 19. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts, is the land darkened, and the people shall be as fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. Right. So in that day, a lot of people, like I said, are going to be turned on each other. It's going to be, especially for the house of Israel, because these government officials, right, martial law, they're going to be seeking out the Israelites. They're going to be looking to put them to death, because that's the spirit of these devils, right? They know that they're going to get destroyed, so they're going to take, their spirit is to take everybody, that they can with them. That's the spirit of Satan. He cares not. He cares not for anybody but himself, even though he knows in the end that, the Most High is going to put him to death. Okay, and all that wickedness. So there should be no more, darkness that's filling this earth. There's going to be light and truth. The truth is going to be known. All right, and we're not going to be wondering who the Most High's people are. We're not going to be wondering who the Most High is. It is myth. It's not going to be an atheist on the world, because everybody's going to know and fear the Lord Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai. It's going to know that name, and tremble therefore, because the Most High, after going through what He's going to do on this earth and destroy this nation, people are going to know. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. All right? So there's going to come points in time where even your own family members are going to turn you in, hand you over to Esau, thinking that they're going to be delivered. But Esau is an evil spirit. Esau has an evil spirit, and he cares not for the meek or the weak, or the needy or the poor, or the homeless or the helpless, but only for his own soul, which is going to be destroyed. So he doesn't, all that's not even going to be worth it, but it's going to happen. Isaiah 34, verse 5. Let's pull out another scripture. Isaiah 34, verse 5. Oh, we're making good time. 34, verse 5. I got one more scripture, and then we're going to end it right on that. 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Okay, so who are the people of the curse? The curse is these heathen nations. The curse was given to Esau. because he didn't, he rejected the birthright, so there's no place for him. So for salvation, right? It says, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is the Edomites, so-called white man, that, and upon thy people of my curse to judgment. So the judgment is those nuclear missiles, that fire and destruction that the Lord has reserved for that day of vengeance. Okay, so that's upon these heathen nations. All right, let's jump to verse 2 Peter, verse 3:10, and then we'll end it on there. 2 Peter, verse 3:10. So I just passed 2 Peter. 2 Peter 3:10. Then we'll end it on this one. And it reads, verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away in a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So again, that's that nuclear missiles, coming over here, destroying, the United States of America, United States of Babylon. All right, Babylon the Great, because of the wickedness that they have done, and all the blood that they shed upon this nation, and all the oppression that they go around the earth doing, to these other nations and other people. All right, because like I said, Esau doesn't have that spirit of righteousness in him, so he wanders like a vagabond, seeking who he can devour. So it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. So nobody's going to know that day. You're just going to be like, if you're part of the 2/3 or the heathen nations, you're going to be out there partying, right? Thinking that life is going to go on, and boom, those missiles are going to hit. Or if you're paying attention to the signs, you're going to know that martial law is going to kick in, and you're going to get snatched out of the club, with that M45. They're going to be taking people. It's not even going to be a compromise. It's going to snatch niggas up. In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. So the Most High saying that the heavens are going to pass away. Okay? It's going to be gloom. And the elements shall melt the fervent heat. The earth also, the works that are therein shall be burned up. So because of those heat-seeking missiles, and they're going to be launched over here, setting this world on fire, you're going to see the mushroom clouds, big smokes going up in the air. It's going to look like, a lake of fire, right? Like a lot of the prophets said. So the Most High is putting judgment on this earth because it's wicked. It was set up for destruction, for the oppression that was done for his people, okay? And because the people don't have the spirit of the Most High, they don't wish to serve him. They don't wish to do anything to acknowledge him. They make their gods, right? They create their own gods. They believe in their science. They believe in their, idol gods that created stones, wood, all those other things, but they don't believe in the power of the Most High, Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai, who was a savior for the Israelites. Okay, so judgment is coming, to America the Great, Babylon the Great. So Babylon the Great. There's nothing great about America. America is wicked. All right. So it's high time, our people wake up. Those of you Israelites, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, put away, that wickedness, repent for your sins, return back to the Most High. Because what the Bible tells us is that destruction is coming, and these are the basic instructions before leaving the earth. So before that salvation, before we get saved about this, we got to keep those laws and commandments, repent to the Most High, and believe in the faith and do the works thereof, right? So with that being said, I hope this was edifying, Israel. return back to the Most High, keep these laws and commandments. I say shalom to you, Israelites, the 130, keeping the laws and commandments. The apostles that are out there teaching and preaching on the highways, shalom. And to the hopeful elect, I say shalom to you. Shalom, Israel.